Welcome to Fitch Painting and Repairs Garage. Today's project is we have finally reached assembly day. We got the transmission gears undercut, fixed the second gear problem, shift fork, brand new one. This was definitely bad. You can see where that surface has been contacting the bearing. There's a good ridge there. There's a really good ridge and material removed from there. And having compared it with the new one, she's bent. She's definitely bent. So I did a dry fit yesterday after I had assembled this, and I couldn't get the shift forks to line up properly, and got to looking at it and realized after I had assembled it, I'd gotten a couple of these gears backwards. There's different heights on the flanges and the recess of the gears, and this particular gear has that flange on. I had that backwards. That's the gear that I had to have cut. I had that one correct. I had all the clips, washers, and everything correct. All this correct until I got to this, and then I had that one backwards as well. So it is what it is. I caught it. That was why you dry assemble everything. So I will redo the dry assembly into the cases. Dry assembly just means, I'm not going to lube all the gears and all that stuff. I did lube some of the bearings, I lubed the races on the gears as I put them together, so that'll all go together smoothly. But I'm going to dry fit the gear set, the drum, and the forks down into the cases here. There's the output shaft, there's the input shaft, and then the little hole there's where the fork rod goes through, and the drum sits into this hole here. You gotta line up them little things. That's the shift selector. You gotta line up those, install all that, and so you gotta have 3-4 hands to be able to hold everything, because all this stuff is just sitting there. So you gotta line all that up and set the forks in it. It's a big pain in the butt. You gotta take the second gear, or what they call fifth gear, output shaft high, and get that in, because all that goes in, together as one assembly. So you're holding all these pieces together. You gotta pick it up, line up all 3 of these holes. You don't have the shift fork rod in, so you don't have that in, but you got the shift drum, input shaft, and the output shaft all together as an assembly, and you gotta line up all these little notches here and set it all down in. So that's the plan today. We're gonna dry fit, get everything dry fit, make sure we can select through the gears and whatnot. We did remove the neutral finder bearings. There's 3 little ball bearings on the shaft that prevent the gear from sliding. So we removed that. We should be able to shift through the thing, shift the shift drum through all the gears and make sure everything's sliding properly, and then pull it back out, disassemble it, and clean the whole inside. I've already wiped it all down, got the muck and stuff out of it, but we're going to clean it with some solvent, get the surfaces nice and clean. I already went through and cleaned most of all the silicone that was on there off. But we'll clean both sides of the cases and get that all prepped and ready to go. And then, end of the day, we should be putting this stuff in permanently. Get the crankshaft back in. And start assembling the rest of the bottom end. We can't put the covers on and stuff because we don't have those gaskets. But the cases don't require a gasket. There's no gasket for that. That is all silicone. Gasket wouldn't hold up anyway, see, it doesn't connect here. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these surfaces here that don't connect. So you can't have a gasket. It won't work because it'll flex and bend and it won't stay on there. You put it on guide pins, yeah, but you'd end up having to silicone it to get it to stay, so why use it? Just use silicone. And that's the way it came from the factory. That's what it recommends in the OEM manual, which I have specific model OEM manual for this bike. All right, stay tuned, guys. Once we start getting this put back together and we get the dry fit, maybe I'll do a little video of all that later. Stay tuned.